So you're looking to gain information on the day-to-day as a IT support specialist or a help desk, same thing. And what I do in this video is share my experience as someone who has 2 years working in the field as a IT support technician. So that's what we'll do in this video. But before we continue speaking, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ario D. Juiced from Juicy Tech YouTube channel. Be sure to support by subscribing, like, comment, and share. Do those things if you enjoy the content on this channel. And yes, special thank you and big shout outs to our supporters and good friends over at Course Careers, who is sponsoring this episode. Course Careers is a online training program that's helped many people, myself included, land a job in the tech space as a IT support technician. If you're interested, I'll leave the information down below about Course Careers, and let's talk finally. So 2 years in as a IT help desk, me. And what I do is kind of explain my day-to-day working as an IT support technician right now in my current role. And I also talk about other assignments or jobs that I also worked in as an IT support technician. So my current job is a permanent role. I won't disclose where I work. I don't think that's really any of your business. And it's dangerous to kind of put that kind of information out there. But I do have a permanent role working as an IT support technician. And currently, this current employer, they are transitioning from a third-party IT company, and they're looking, or they have created their own internal IT help desk. So that's where, that's really how I got this job, is they're looking to create a new team of a IT help desk in-house, basically. So everything's pretty brand new. A lot of people are brand new there. My manager is pretty new. Everyone's new. Haven't even been a month yet, so it's brand spanking new. They're basically, the current project is to help the current third-party IT company install different units. So switches, routers. They're purchasing new computer systems. They're trying to basically get everything together in terms of trying to figure out what type of technology or software or applications does the sales team needs, or what kind of information or, again, technology, apps, software does the customer service department needs. Same thing for tech support department. Everything's different. So we're just trying to figure out, how do we have everything in order, right? When it's time to, give a computer unit to a person who works in whatever department, we want to make sure we test, configure, and deploy each unit, the computer system. So when we give it to them, they're ready to go. So again, every department is different in terms of different technologies that they're using. We have to make sure we know who's who and how to have some type of a system in place to start making sure everyone has what they need and do it quickly and, of course, accurately. So that's one of the projects right now, is trying to get that together. Another project that we're doing right now is trying to also figure out, basically, how should I put it? They're trying to transition from AD, which is Active Directory, to Microsoft Azure. So basically, they're trying to go cloud computing, right? That's what they want to very much be more involved in, right? Cloud computing, which is a great idea. That's just, to me, the way to go in 2024. But that's also another project, is helping them. Helping them, go from AD, Active Directory, to Microsoft Azure, cloud computing basically. So the thing about Azure is it's connected to everything in terms of 365. So Outlook, Teams, Word, it's all there. So it'll be awesome if we can get that done ASAP, because that's a way, to me, that's the best way to manage all the users. So in terms of users, I'm talking about the employees. It's the best way to know what system is what, and name each unit in terms of the computer systems, give them a a unique name, so we know who's who. So we know this computer belongs to this person, and we can like remote access into their computer system and install or uninstall or update whatever they need to be assist with. So it could be a Windows update, could be maybe a firmware update for their headsets, a different issue they may be having. Maybe their monitor is, going black or blue. Again, we can remote access into that computer system and kind of fix that. But we first need to know who's who. And I think that's where Azure is going to be great for them or us once we get that done. Right now, we are able to do that with Google, which is kind of old school to me. We know who's who using Google, but they're trying to get away from that and be more cloud computing with Azure. So that's going to be a freaking awesome experience. I'm actually used to that because my other job roles, we were using Azure to manage their users, which is, to me, awesome. And also the current ticketing system we're using is called Zendesk, which is very popular. So I've been using that pretty much throughout my entire IT career. Zendesk. It's just a very, I'm also used to other ticketing systems like OS Ticket. So I've seen other ticket systems, also TED Talk. So I'm used to other ticket systems, but Zendesk seems to be one of the best ones. I'm used to also RSM. That's another ticket system. Not the best to me. It's kind of messy and it's not the most easiest to understand compared to Zendesk. Zendesk to me is the best ticketing system. And I think every employee should very much adopt that system. It's awesome. But again, so let's talk about my day-to-day right now. So once I come into work, I turn on my computer system. I'm using a Lenovo ThinkPad laptop, and I cut that on, hook up my monitors to it. I'm actually using a dual setup monitor. There's a docking station that's plugged to the monitors into my computer system, so I can have a nice dual system experience, which is perfect. So once I log in, I also log into Zendesk. I log into other different technologies that we use to manage the users. So right now we're using, again, Google to manage the users. We're also using Microsoft Intune, and we're also using, those are really the main ones that we're using to manage all of the users. That's what we're doing right now. So once I access all of my credentials, I'm in. I start to look at the ticket system to see what's a priority or what's not a priority. And that's pretty much what I do throughout the entire day. See which ticket that's in Zendesk and start assisting immediately. One of the most common tickets or you'll see is password resets. That's a very common thing. I've been dealing with that since I've been working in IT. It's a very, very common issue. If you work in IT help desk, people need their passwords resets or something went wrong. So that's where you come in and pretty much access whatever technology that you're using to manage your users and reset their passwords. You can do this with Azure, which is to me the best way to do it. You could do it with there's another system. What's it called? I want to say 365 admin. That's also another way to do it. I want to say that's the way to do it also. Intune is another way to reset passwords. And also Google is another way to reset passwords right now. And that's what we're currently using right now to do that. So yeah, password resets is a very common thing. That's something you'll see a lot when you work in IT help desk. Another very common thing you'll see are faulty cables. So it could be someone having Ethernet like their Ethernet is going in and out. It's not really working right. So it could be a faulty cable, maybe a faulty Ethernet cable needs to be swapped out with a new one. That's something common you'll see a lot. Maybe HDMI cord is again faulty. Maybe it's just an old piece of wire. You can change that out also. So that's something you see common as well. Faulty cable lines. Another very common thing you'll see is computer monitors flickering. It could be just showing black or blue. And that's something that's very common as well. A way to fix that, or one of my favorite ways to fix that, is running updates, right? So I go inside the Windows update system and just do that. I'll update everything. A lot of time that seems to fix the problem, just updating everything. Sometimes it doesn't fix it, so you have to escalate it or maybe try another option to fix that monitor. So again, it could be a faulty cable. It could be maybe you have to go inside the display settings, play with different things and see what works. Maybe it could be the resolution rate needs to be changed. It just all depends. But that's a very common thing you see as well, or monitor issues. Another common thing we see a lot is port issues, like the network ports. Something goes wrong. I'm not sure. It can be something with the firewall. That's something you see that is a common issue as well. So that's something you'll see a lot of time. Also, it could be a port issue. Maybe you have to escalate that to another department, or maybe they have to call in a technician to come in and fix that port. But that's something we see a lot. Another common thing we see is it's not an issue, but it's called onboarding. Onboarding is when they're hiring different employees and they need to have their computer systems set up, configured, and ready for them to use. So let's say they hire a new person to work in the sales department. My team or my department is to give them a specific laptop that they need to work in and pretty much set everything up. So we'll set up their accounts. We'll set up their 365 accounts, their Google accounts, and different technologies that they need to use to start working. Maybe they'll be taking phone calls. So we have to download a specific phone or virtual phone system, give them a headset, give them maybe 2 monitors if they want to work that way, a docking station, and set everything up basically, right? So once we have everything set up, and it depends if that person works remotely or not. If they're in office or in person, I'll say, they will go to their desk and we'll set up their workstations there. So that's something we do a lot. Also, is onboarding. Another thing is sometimes the employees no longer work at the company for whatever reason. So we take their computer systems and erase everything and have that unit ready for the next person that's going to get hired for the company. So same thing, we'll have that computer system ready for onboarding. We'll set everything up and give it to that person if they're working in person or in the office. If they are a remote worker, we have to set everything up also, pack it and ship it to their home address or wherever they're working. It depends on what they're doing or where they work. It depends on their job title. If it's a VP or some CEO or something, someone that very important, CIO or something, they get special treatments. VPs get special treatments. So that's something we do a lot. So that's the day-to-day, really. You come in and you open your computer system and you see the ticket system, seeing what's a priority to fix and what's not a priority. Sometimes a ticket may take a few days to maybe a week to get resolved, depending on whatever. Maybe the person is out of town. Maybe they have to call in or order a new part to be shipped to us. It just all depends. So, but that's something you see. That's something that's very common, and that's really my day-to-day is the ticket system. That's really what they want us to focus on. Like there's no tomorrow. The ticket system. Once the ticket gets created, our job is to go there and just start assisting immediately and do it while being professional, right? If we have to go to the person in person, if we have to go meet the person who created the ticket to their office or something, you have to be professional. Introduce yourself, be polite, of course. It's almost like customer service, but not really. But you need to have people skills and soft skills, know how to approach people. Maybe they're in a meeting or it just all depends. So that's something that you'll do a lot is assisting people in person, right? So that's something to look out for. Another thing that's day to day is we may receive a lot of packages downstairs. So we'll go and get everything. It could be a new router, switches, new computer systems. So we'll go downstairs and get everything. So they may have you doing that is go and get the packages that's being shipped to your department. So they may have you go pick those things up. They could be heavy. They could be a USP or a UPS, USP. It could be heavy battery systems. So they may have some weight to them. So you may have to get help. And it could be a new printer. It just all depends, really. But Yeah, I'll say the most common thing is the ticket system. That's really what it is. That's what help desk is. The ticket system is everything. So that's something you will be using every single day, messing with the ticket system. And hope this made sense. But let's talk about my other job role at my other assignment or job, I'll say. I actually worked for the Broward County Supervisor of Elections office. So they deal with a lot of voting stuff, basically. So the first project that was assist to myself and my team was to configure, test, and deploy all their systems, computer systems. So, of course, laptop, computers, tablets, smartphones, printers. We had to set everything up and get ready for early voting. And once we get everything set up, we will pack each unit in this proper traveling case, and we will distribute, well, not us physically, but we'll pack up all the equipment, and we'll give it to the shipping and receiving guys at the warehouse, and they pretty much have to load the trucks up, and the drivers will distribute the the equipment to its proper location, ready for early voting. Yeah, so these locations consist of, it could be a police station, a fire station, a public school, like high school, parks, just different locations owned by the city. So a library, places like that. They will distribute the equipment in these facilities, and my team and I will have to go to different spots or locations and set everything up. Of course, unpack all the equipment, get everything set up, and just have them ready for early voting. So that was one of the projects that we did at that time. And once early voting was completed, we'll pack everything up. We'll get them ready for the drivers to take them back and bring them back to the warehouse. And once that's done, the next project was to also assist with the help desk team. So the typical tier 1, tier 2 IT support job, like what I'm doing right now. Someone calls in, or they may put a ticket in for a printer is not printed correctly, or maybe like the actual printer is not printing correct, ink, or maybe something has to be cleaned out or like replaced. Configure something. It could be someone's monitor again. Maybe switch out their new computer. Maybe it's an old unit, so we have to switch out their old computer for a new one. It just all depends. But just your typical tier 1, tier 2 help desk job duties is what I did at that time. And once that project was completed, or that assignment, my current permanent role is pretty much the same exact thing. The typical tier 1, tier 2 help desk role. Again, firewall, port issues, faulty cables, that kind of stuff. But listen, hope that made sense to you. Hope this helps. Hope you gain some value from this information, and good luck on your job search. And if you did find a job in IT, you'll do great. Congratulations. And any questions, let me know. I'm ready to assist. Much love to you. Have an awesome day. Peace out.